basically, there's times, there's there's rules to the world, right? There's the rules of reality. There's things that are that are the case. There are things that you can theorize about in a sort of hypothetical way. There's like an infinite list of possible rules that a world and a universe might abide by in its processes, and the ones that a subset of that list of rules is the ones that are the case, the ones that are true, right? So when you're wondering how you're wondering how you're supposed to live, what rules you're supposed to act in accordance with, um, you have to be mindful of of reality, of causal rules that are in effect. You have to be aware of the rules that govern the consequences of your actions. Now, with that said, there are some things that are just objectively like indeterminable. Um, there are questions that are, if not impossible, then very, very difficult and at best speculative to answer. And when it comes to things like this, when it comes there's leeway basically in what you can believe, like cases in which it doesn't matter that whether or not you believe um, it is the case that reality is governed by rule A or rule B. Sometimes like it doesn't matter whether it doesn't matter whether there's life on other planets or not. It doesn't matter. Like for us, like maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but like it's not something that we're going to detect in our lifetimes. Like or maybe on other planets, that's wrong. Other, galaxies, things that it takes tens of thousands of years for light to travel the distance. So like we'll never have any current information about that. It doesn't matter whether life exists on other planets. And my point, and other such things which are indeterminable or inconsequential. Basically, you get to pick your favorite. You get to decide which alternative is best for you. If it genuinely does not matter, if the difference genuinely doesn't matter, like by some standard, there's some standard I have to figure out, but there's some standard by which something doesn't matter, and therefore you get to pick which one. The main one is that free will. Are our actions governed by free will, or are our actions determined by previous states? Is it all just a big domino chain? The answer to that is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether we have free will or we don't, because we're going to do what we're going to do either way. And so what we get from this is that we get to choose whether we get to decide whether we think of it. We think of ourselves. We get to decide whether we want to act as under the supposition, act in accordance with the supposition that we have free will or not. You get to pick. And that's why I say free will is the first choice. Free will is the first choice because you pick. You just, it doesn't matter It doesn't matter, and so you get to pick. You get to you say you know what? You say, you know what? It doesn't matter. Um, and that's what free will is. It's free will is taking these things that don't matter, and picking your favorite. That's sort of what free will is. I still don't know how to. I need to figure out how to define what does and doesn't matter. But when it does it, when you get to pick your favorite, and in a context of things that are indeterminable, that's when those are the times that you exercise your free will.